So what happened? Did the SEC forfeit their case against Ripple, and is XRP about to moon? Hello and welcome back. The story of the SEC and their legal battle with Ripple just gets more and more interesting. Over the last couple of hours, we have got answers to some of the questions we were asking yesterday about the SEC's appeal against the Ripple case and the implications that that has on the price of XRP. We're going to jump into that and unpack it in just a moment. But first, I want to take a quick look at Bitcoin because it has been yet another beautiful day in the crypto markets. Look at this. So we are currently up at a price of $67,800, still building value above key former resistance at $66,500. That has now become support. We have flipped that almost right on cue with the new moon, the mysterious moon phase indicator that we can't explain, but has a fantastic success rate. As we know, there is a spot bid in the market, and I feel like a stuck record saying this, but it's a pretty good record because spot buying bodes well for the sustainability of bullish moves in the market. As we can see, the 17th of October was a $470.5 million net inflow day for the spot Bitcoin ETFs. That follows the last 4 consecutive net inflow days, and the smallest of those inflow days was $253.6 million net inflows. As ever, the spot buying through the ETFs being led by BlackRock yesterday at a $309 million inflow day, and the day before that a $393 million inflow day. The market is getting euphoric. We're currently at a score of 73 on the Fear and Greed Index. That puts us firmly within greed and up on yesterday. And as we know, people love jumping into the market on leverage when they are feeling greedy. Now that key resistance turn support level at $66,500 carries with it a $1.26 billion long liquidation risk. That is to say, if we fell to that price right now, $1.26 billion worth of positions, in theory, of leverage long positions would be liquidated immediately. The story does go both ways. At $70,000, the next key level to the upside, we have got a $1.36 billion short liquidation risk. But just take a look at the chart, take a look at the imbalance here. You can see there is much more leverage long positions in the market right now, and that does leave us at downside risk if some of these positions start becoming liquidated. But of course, we are here to talk about Ripple and the SEC's appeal case. Did they meet the deadline, and has the case been thrown out? Well, unfortunately, we're actually not entirely certain on that yet. They did in fact file Form C, the key document that they had to file in order for the appeal to go through. But curiously enough, they actually backdated that to the 16th. So still some question on whether or not the deadline for that, the 2-week deadline, put them at the 16th or the 18th of October. But most interestingly, they filed Form C on the 17th and backdated it to the 16th, which almost looks like an admission of guilt, as if the SEC knew that it had to be filed by the 16th. As we can see here from Crypto Potato, late filing sparks controversy. When it was finally deposited, the SEC's Form C was dated October 16th, while the court's file stamp on the document read October the 17th, further fanning speculation that the agency may have missed the deadline. Now, still, this all pivots on the differentiation between when exactly that 14-day deadline comes in. Is it on the 16th or is it on the 18th? And it depends on whether or not the appeal was submitted on the 2nd or the 4th of October. So what we know is the appeal was filed on October the 2nd, but only docketed on October the 4th, and that is where the discrepancy comes from. Now, either way, there's some speculation as to whether or not this would even be thrown out if it was in fact late. But of course, this filing on the 17th and backdating to October the 16th just adds another layer to the confusion there. I think, to be quite honest, it is most likely that this appeal will be seen out in the courts. But the second important update that we have on this is what exactly the SEC will be appealing. And as stated by XRP lawyer Stuart Alderoty, the court's ruling that XRP is not a security is not being appealed. That decision stands as the law of the land. Of course, that is very good news for XRP, very good news for XRP holders. To give you an idea of what the SEC is in fact appealing, the list is Ripple's programmatic sales of XRP on digital asset trading platforms, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen allegedly aiding and abetting those programmatic sales on digital asset trading platforms, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen's personal offers and sales of XRP, Ripple's distribution of XRP to employees. They're also not appealing the monetary penalty of $125 million that Ripple was forced to pay in the original case. Ripple still apparently acting under the assumption that this will be played out in the courts. Alderoty tweeted, "Stay tuned for Ripple's Form C to be filed next week." That is, of course, their cross appeal to the appeal filed by the SEC. Now, all of that in mind, I still can't help but see all of this as a net buying opportunity for Ripple at suppressed prices. As you can see, we've been in something of an uptrend since the initial appeal was announced back towards the end of October and the slump that came with that. And that is as we take in this news of the SEC's appeal case with Ripple, alongside other news of the SEC and their apparently changing attitudes towards crypto and crypto regulation, with elements like the potential removal of Gary Gensler by Donald Trump if he is to win the presidential election. We will see a result on that in just 18 days. Trump currently at a 60.7% chance of winning. So in conclusion, still a chance that the case will be thrown out. Really interesting to see what the resolution of that late filing and backdating of Form C, part of the appeal on the SEC's part, is. But in any case, I expect this to be played out in the courts, but I don't expect it to go anywhere. As always though, that is just my opinion. That is not financial advice, but thank you so much for watching. Plenty more to come. Catch you in the next one. Bye.